Hello from the Jakarta MRT station. Welcome to House News. The intention of President Joko Widodo to boost palm oil exports are unlikely to happen in the near future. This can be seen at least from the use of palm oil funds, which is still dominated by biodiesel subsidies. Meanwhile, research and development to increase production is still minimal. Dreaming of Raja Ampat? Come and make it happen. This is truly the place where words such as beautiful, enchanting, magnificent, and fascinating gets its true physical meaning. Did you know that Lampung is charming? Let's take a look at Tulang Bawang Regency or Tubaba in Lampung province. You will be amazed by its natural destination, which spoil the eyes. Tubaba Lampung religious tour, guaranteed to make your heart feel calm. Russia's month-long war on Ukraine has killed thousands of people, displaced millions of refugees, and devastated cities, but its armed force remain largely frustrated by fierce Ukrainian resistance, with no end in sight to the conflict. The world economy had just recovered strongly in 2021 from the COVID-19 pandemic when Russia invaded Ukraine in February. But now, after the Western allies have imposed sanctions against Russia, it has to face soaring oil and other commodity prices across the globe. Indonesia's Honorary Council for Medical Ethics or MKEK decided to permanently expel DR.TERAWAN Agus Putranto, former health minister, from the Indonesian Medical Association or ID membership. The management and development of people's palm oil in Indonesia has not been maximum and off target due to the fact that the budget allocated by the government is utilized for too many activities that are not directly related to managing and developing palm oil.
Vice Chairperson of Commission 4 of the House, Anggia Ermarini, assessed oil production by the smallholder farmers has not achieved the target set by the government. Anggia also regrets development of people's palm oil has not been maximal. In fact, the budget for the Palm Oil Plantation Fund Management Agency is considered high. Anggia also adds the allocated budget is expended inappropriately as well as not right on the target. Therefore, in order to avoid budget misuse, the palm oil replanting program needs to be supervised constantly.
Kalau dilihat pengembangannya juga tidak maksimal. Padahal anggaran BPDPKS kan tinggi sekali. Dan itu bahkan ternyata sebagian besar bukan untuk tani rakyat gitu, tetapi untuk biodiesel malahan. Kita minta data petani rakyat sawit ya, tani sawit rakyat itu di mana dan siapa, seberapa banyak gitu. Tidak hanya kira-kira, tetapi itu kan sekian lama kan masa nggak punya data sama sekali. Kalau Dirjen pun juga punya kaki tangan PPL kan di bawah, itu juga mestinya bisa dong punya data. Tapi sampai hari ini kita nggak punya data.
Commission 4 is concerned the replanting financial assistance is not accurately on target due to no valid data members of the People's Palm Oil Program. The fund should be granted to independent smallholder palm oil farmers, those who manage and organize their own plantation. Therefore, Commission 4 of the House will increase supervision of budget allocation and implementation of the program. TVR Parliament team reports.
Vice Chairperson of the State Finance Accountability Committee or BAKN of the House, Hendrawan Supratikno, urges the Regency of Raja Ampat, West Papua Province to become a leading tourist destination through the utilization of specific allocation funds or DAK.
Supratikno says to attract more visitors, it is absolutely necessary to improve the infrastructure in Raja Ampat. Sufficient access to transportation, including the airport, runway, and ports, are several aspects to provide comfort for both domestic and international tourists. To be able to accomplish the program, the House commits to accelerate the specific allocation funds for Raja Ampat District.
Terkait dengan infrastruktur misalnya. Nah, padahal persoalan dana alokasi khusus itu sudah dalam proses penyelesaian. Itu sebabnya karena anggota BAKN kan juga menjadi anggota komisi-komisi. Ada yang anggota di Badan Anggaran, ada yang Komisi 11. Melihat kenyataan seperti ini, ada urgensi kebutuhan agar ini bisa menjadi destinasi unggulan wisata.
Meanwhile, the Vice Regent of Raja Ampat Orideko Iriano Burdam hopes The development in area of Raja Ampat Regency can be improved, particularly in terms of supporting infrastructure heading to the tourism destination, knowing the fact that the geographical location of the tourism spot is considered afar.
Kami sangat mengharapkan itu, mungkin ada sport pembangunan yang lebih lagi untuk kami di Raja Ampat. Karena Raja Ampat ini kalau dilihat memang daerah wisata yang beda dengan daerah-daerah lain. Spot-spot wisata kami juga semua ada, cuma dari jarak letak geografis yang begitu jauh. Nah, seperti itu.
From Raja Ampat, Arif Naka, TVR Parlemen reports.
Tulang Bawang is a small place in Lampung province which can be easily explored within a day. Even though the name may still be foreign, its charm is no less attractive than hit tourist destination in other areas. The Islamic Center of Tulang Bawang, Barat Lampung was designed by Indonesian architect Andra Matin.
As quoted from goodnewsfromindonesia.id, Tulang Bawang is only 120 kilometers from Bandar Lampung. It has a lot of potential from various sectors, from agriculture, tourism to industry. The old town of Manggala was quite famous as the center of civilization and trade in Tulang Bawang during the Dutch colonial period. Manggala town is one of the oldest districts in Lampung and has existed since around the 16th century. Up to the present, there are still several colonial heritage buildings. Cakat Raya tourist attraction, which located near Manggala Old Town, has a concept of cultural diversity describing the condition of Tulang Bawang, which is indeed composed of various ethnic groups living in the district. In addition to the traditional house, there is also a miniature Prambanan temple facing directly to Tulang Bawang, which makes the view even more charming. Tourists can also have historical tour by visiting Islamic Center, which is not only used as a place of worship. When entering this area, people will not see mosque buildings in general because the design is more minimalist and more like a museum building. In addition, there is a traditional Lampung house, which is a combination of 4 major clans in Tulang Bawang, namely the Bumi Gayo Great Heresy House. The journey of exploring Tulang Bawang is still not over. Try to also visit the Mego Pak statue, which tells the existence of the original clan or tribe of Lampung, namely Mego Pak. The statue was built in 2016 and aims to perpetuate and preserve the traditional history of Mego Pak.
Vice Speaker of the House Muhaimin Iskandar urges the war between Russia and Ukraine to be immediately stopped in order to maintain the world peace.
Speaking to the reporter after receiving a visit of the Russian ambassador to Indonesia, Lyudmila Georgievna, at Nusantara 3 building of the House, Vice Speaker for the People's Welfare Muhaimin Iskandar hopes the conflict between both countries could immediately be resolved. He also demands Russia to halt the invasion by withdrawing all military forces. In addition, both countries are expected to be part of a new world order, which is more peaceful without any military tension among the countries. Furthermore, Muhaimin Iskandar appreciates the news from the ambassador of Russia to Indonesia, revealing as of today there is intention of President Vladimir Putin to attend the G20 summit in Bali. They will use the forum to obtain a peace talk between Russia and Ukraine.
Yang tentu kita berharap segera tercipta suasana damai yang kita sangat khawatir Ukraina ini bisa menjadi pemicu perang global. Supaya tidak menjadi pemicu, kita berharap banyak kepada Rusia untuk mempercepat keadaan ini sehingga menjadi lebih damai. Tadi kita menanyakan dan kita berharap Presiden Putin untuk tetap hadir di G20 yang akan datang November di Bali. Dan Bu Dubes menyatakan bahwa sampai hari ini ada kesiapan dan kesanggupan untuk hadir.
Speakers and members of the House agreed to keep inviting Russia and not exclude it from the G20 summit. This can be part of discussion among the G20 nations to figure out peaceful resolution over the conflict. In addition, maintaining world peace and strong relationship among European countries. Ferdian and Koko, TVR Parlemen report.
The mounting tension between Russia and Ukraine carries huge risk for the world economy, including Indonesia. Number of commodity prices such as food and oil have soared. Commission 11 of the House requests the government to anticipate this global impact on Indonesia economy.
At Nusantara I building, Vice Chairperson of Commission 11 of the House, Amir Uskara, reminds the government to maintain the economic stability, one of which by keeping the rate of inflation since the COVID-19 pandemic is not yet over. Moreover, geopolitical confrontation between Russia and Ukraine still continues. It requires coordination among ministries of economic affairs to implement anticipatory measures.
Yang namanya koordinasi, yang namanya kerjasama di antara kementerian lembaga yang ada dalam jajaran mitra Komisi 11 saya lihat cukup bagus. Bahkan termasuk Bank Indonesia sebagai sebuah lembaga independen pun ikut boarding sharing dalam penanganan pandemi kita yang kemarin kita sama-sama sepakati.
Amid the global economic downturn, Indonesia is still able to hold the inflation rate at 1.56%, which is considered stable. However, member of Commission 11 of the House, Andrea Susetio, states, economic growth cannot be fully covered by the state budget. Government needs to increase the distribution of loan as well as providing incentives to affected sectors, also to enterprises which create many job opportunities.
Sektor hulu di sektor pertanian. Ya, sektor itu kan menciptakan lapangan banyak kerja kan. Nah, itu perlu ada insentif khusus, misalkan khususnya di sektor ketahanan pangan kita. Sehingga dengan demikian bisa menstabilkan harga bahan pokok sekaligus menciptakan lapangan kerja.
Teresia and Syamsul, TVR Parlemen report.
The Indonesian Doctors Association has officially sacked former Health Minister Terawan Agus Putranto from ED membership. The reason is because Terawan violated medical ethics while carrying out his duties as a doctor.
Quoting from Temple English, one of the committee members, Pandu Riono, said, the dismissal decision took effect from the date of stipulation. Pandu also explained Terawan's dismissal was the aftermath of a letter from the Indonesian Doctor Association, Honorary Council for Medical Ethics, last February, which stated that Terawan had done some serious ethical violation. Pandu also explained Terawan's dismissal was the aftermath of a letter from the Indonesian Doctors Association, Honorary Council for Medical Ethics last February, stating Terawan had done some serious ethical violation. There are at least 5 mistakes that Terawan made while carrying out his duties as a doctor. First, Terawan has not submitted evidence of having carried out ethical sanction according to the decree last 2018. Second, Terawan has promoted to the wider community about Nusantara vaccines before the vaccine research is completed. As is well known, the existence of the Nusantara vaccine has indeed become a debate and polemic because of its lack of clarity. Another mistake is that Terawan also issued a circular letter on December 11, 2021, which contained instructions to members of Indonesian Association of Clinical Radiology Specialists throughout Indonesia not to respond or attend any ED event. Furthermore, Terawan submitted a request for membership transfer from ED Central Jakarta Branch to ED West Jakarta Branch. ED decided to release Terawan's membership, which has caused Terawan to no longer be able to practice. Furthermore, Terawan submitted a request for membership transfer from ED Central Jakarta Branch to ED West Jakarta Branch. ED decided to release Terawan's membership, which has caused Terawan to no longer be able to practice.
And that's House News for today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good day.